Oh. Whew. Sorry about that. I had chili for lunch. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Today's rant is going to be special. See my get her done hat? Today's rant is going to be special. And I might have to break it into two parts. Today's rant is about stuff that pisses me off. And of course that rant is about politicians and soccer moms blaming violence on video games. What the hell? The question is, why do they blame it on video games? I'll answer that at the end of this presentation. But first, let me give you history. Back in the 80s, when shit got down, they blamed rock and roll music. You know, stuff like Black Sabbath and Van Halen and Led Zeppelin, even if the lyrics had nothing to do with Satanism, because they had nothing better to do. Now, coming to this generation, we have video games. Bam, 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 bam. You know, because I believe they have nothing better to do. But we'll get into that in a second. Now, the two video games that are being bitched about the most are the Mortal Kombat series and the Grand Theft Auto series. Okay? Now, video gamers have a new enemy, and his name is Jack Thompson, or as I like to call him, Jack Off Thompson. Clever, isn't it? Now, why may you ask, am I attacking this person? Well, first of all, he's a political douchebag. Second of all, he blames video games for everything. Stock market crashes? Oh, blame video games. Someone gets shot up in the schools? Blame video games. Someone got raped and stabbed to death? Blame video games. He's even wrote a few books about why video games should be banned. I know. Pretty dumb, isn't it? Now, he's a lawyer, which makes perfect sense, which is why he's making all these dumbass claims. Now, like I said before, the things he attacks the most are the Mortal Kombat series and the Grand Theft Auto series. Hell, I think he even blamed Columbine on video games. When I don't even think they played video games that often. This is how bullcrap it is. Now, first thing I like to talk about is Mortal Kombat. Yes, it's violent. And yes, it got a lot of people upset. And yes, they blame shit on Mortal Kombat. Which pisses me off. They're saying, somebody shot someone, so they must have played Mortal Kombat. Or, somebody took out a sword and stabbed him to death, so he must have played Mortal Kombat. Bullcrap. I say that's complete bullcrap. Now, speaking of, I mentioned Grand Theft Auto a little bit ago. Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, the new one, well, not the new one, San Andreas. You know what I'm talking about, San Andreas. When it came out, nobody bitched about it. This is how crippled the system is. Nobody bitched about it. Nobody bitched about the fact that you can run over a hooker and get your money back. Nobody bitched about the fact that you can shoot cops in the face. Nobody bitched about the fact that you can perch yourself on top of a tall building and snipe someone. Nobody bitched about the fact that you can sneak behind a woman and stab her to death. But as soon as a hot coffee mod got out, it's like, oh my god, you can have sex in that game? We must ban it! It is our American duty to take that game off the shelves because you can have sex in it. To those who don't know what I'm talking about, of course I'm talking about the hot coffee mod, to which you can do these sort of things. That is right. Your eyes do not deceive you. Do not look away and do not blink. You can have sex in a Grand Theft Auto game, but in San Andreas, and only the PC version. You see, they fail to say this. But apparently, if it's in one version, they gotta ban them all and make them all adult only. Now, I can see why people are upset about this, because it's an M-rated game, and it says nowhere that there's extreme sexual content. But, then it comes out, and it's staring right at your face. But what I don't agree with is the way they handled it. You know, they could have bitched about the violence and all that shit, but no, they decided to bitch about the fact that you can have sex in that game. Now, I don't see what the big deal is. It was only found after some kid with no life and no girlfriend and apparently a degree from Harvard found this out. Now, they're bitching about the game, but think about this. If he could find and hack into a Grand Theft Auto game and find that, then he can most definitely find all kinds of other worse crap than that. It's disgusting, really. And it's like, people bitch about that. It's like if someone came up to me and said, oh, we need to ban Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And I would probably reply, why? Because of the insane amounts of violence? Why? Because of the fact that you can kill hookers to get your money back? Why? Because of the fact that you can shoot police officers? Why? Because of the fact that you can snipe people and sneak up behind women and stab to death? No! We need to ban it because you can have sex in that game! Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh! Pimp slap your ass, bitch! Now, this reminds me of another game. God of War. There's a sex minigame, but it wasn't hidden, so that's probably why they didn't bitch about it. But, what's his name? Goranchev. You guys know him. He posted all those video logs that are very entertaining, by the way. Especially his atheist one. It's really cool. And he posted footage of the minigame where Kratos, or whatever it is doing it with these chicks, but it gets removed. Yet there's some other guy out there posts this very same footage, except at the end of it, Kratos rips one of the girls' head off. So you can show immense amounts of blood and gore and women getting their heads ripped off. You just can't show a nip slip. The stupidity of this country never fails to amaze me. But let's talk more about Jack Thompson, because I hate his ass so much. And hate's a strong word, and I don't really hate anyone. Now, he bitches about video games all the time. In fact, his cute little nickname for him is Murder Simulators. Not just violent video games. No. All video games. Now, here's my impression of Jack Thompson on his views on the following games.